Okay, next part of my book haul is One Shot by Lee Child. How do you describe this book? This book is actually, I bought this when I was in New York City. I bought this in the airport before I left, and this book, I bought it just based on what I read on the back. Like, the plot was, the plot is there was a sniper in the inner city who shot down 5 people, but they found 6 shots. You know, that's a plot element. Why did he miss? And the city's thrown in terror, but he leaves so many clues that the cops find instantly. But it's kind of like the story for like what's that movie called? 12 Angry Men, where there's like one person who doesn't believe that he's like totally behind it, or even behind it at all. And it's not, like a juror, but it's like, he gets one of his army buddies. Like, this is actually a series of books, by the author, like, kind of like, what's his name? Alex Cross. And the character here is Jack Reacher, and he's apparently a military guy who served with the sniper, and he's called in by the accused sniper because I actually don't really remember the reason in the book, but he calls on him to support him because he doesn't believe that he's behind the shooting, even though everyone says that there's so much evidence. Like, in the book, I'm gonna spoil it, like, the book says that he dropped the shells, or he had his license plate there, or he did something with the turnbuckle, or he took like not turnbuckle, I mean there was like a coin, the coin slot thing. Like, he left so many clues at the scene. So Jack Reacher, he goes on, trying to find the thing, and from their point on, you go into like a conspiracy thriller type story where Jack Reacher thinks it's like, oh, it's a simple case, but he runs into other characters, and those characters lead to other characters, and those characters somehow relate back to the original accused killer. And it goes on, and like, it is pretty suspenseful. And the only disappointing part would probably be the ending, where when they finally do catch the main guy, who I'm not going to spoil, it doesn't feel like everything is explained thoroughly. Like, they kind of just sit him down and he explains his plot, but even the author admits that the plot got confusing so much that every character was getting confused. So he didn't even try to explain it. But aside from the disappointing ending, it is a pretty interesting read. I mean, it's more for the ride than it is for the resolution, because it is pretty suspenseful, and it does throw you for some terms. And even though there are some stuff in this book that are kind of like stereotypical, like the bad guys, who I'm not going to spoil, and even how it's like worded, like the tone of the book, or maybe not tone, the voice of the book, how it's like worded. It's told in like sentence fragments to make it sound like it's a detective monologue, but it kind of makes it sound corny. But aside from that, I'd say give it a read. I mean, I liked it. I really do like it. Besides, don't listen to my criticisms, alright? I said I liked it, okay? So, yeah, One Shot. Good book.